In this video, we're going to look at how to use StatCrunch to find the regression line. So, assuming you have two columns of data, how can you get the equation? Alright, so of course we come over to StatCrunch, and I've already entered in my data. So we're going to look at these two columns, which are the distance traveled and the time in hours that a flight is. So this is from our notes, which are also from our book. Alright, so if I go over here to Stat, we're not going to summary stats. We're going to go down to regression and simple linear. Okay. Now you'll notice it actually asks you for the x variable and the y variable. So if they don't tell you in the book which one to use, just use the first for x and the second for y. So my first column of data was distance. So that's what I'm going to choose as my x. My y is the second column, which is time in hours. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things down on the screen, but you're just going to hit compute. Okay, now, I do apologize. The box is a little bit small. In fact, it kind of cuts it off a little bit. So let me see if I can, there we go. We can kind of see it, or I could have just extended the corners. But what happens when you get your results is that it'll say your dependent variable, which is time, hours. Your independent variable is distance, miles. And then this right here is your equation. Okay, now there's a lot of decimals, so we're going to round it to either 3 or 4 places. I think I'll go 4. Okay, so what I would do is call that time in hours equals 0.8394 plus 0.0018 distance. So I'm writing these down, although I ran out of room. All right, what this is now is that if you tell me the distance we're going to travel, it'll approximate or predict the time of our flight. Okay, and these are all relating to the city of Boston. So if I wanted to know how long it would take to fly and the distance I was flying was, let's say, 900 miles, then what I would do is take 900 times this number, add this number, and it would give me the approximate time in hours of that flight. Okay, now a couple more things to point out from StatCrunch. It spits out a lot of information. If you look right there, it even spit out the correlation coefficient, which is 0.9947. Holy cow, that tells me a couple things. It's positive. It's very strong. This thing should look like a line. And if you want to actually see what it looks like, if you push this button right here, you'll see the graph. And yeah, that definitely looks like a line. So this equation is going to be a pretty good predictor. All right, now, in your homework, it will ask you to draw a scatter plot. During these problems, you don't have to draw it. Just write on your homework notes, use StatCrunch, but make sure you look at the picture just so that you can agree with what you're getting out. All right, that is it, and good luck using StatCrunch.